What do we do with 25 eggs a day? Well, that's what I'm going to show you in today's episode, exactly what it is we do with 25 eggs a day. My wife and I basically live a half off-grid lifestyle, and every week we try to bring you a new episode of what that lifestyle is like. When I say half off-grid, I mean that we're just plugged into one major utility and we're within about 90 minutes or so from a major town. We have the utmost respect for the people that live totally off-grid, the people that are in Alaska. Actually, we watch the Alaska TV shows just to see how good we have it. But that kind of lifestyle is not for everybody. So we still have to work very hard for the lifestyle that we do have, but we like the luxuries of being half off the grid in that we can still have one major utility, which is for us electricity. And we're closer to town than a lot of people who are completely off grid. Now, I say hour and a half or so to be what I consider half off grid. We're only about 20 minutes from town. So this lifestyle is still completely attainable for people that choose it and want to live it, but don't want to be so far out in the middle of nowhere that they just don't have any kind of human contact at all. So this is just a different alternative on living. So right now is just the best time of the year out here. It is green. This is February, and this time of year is the best time here in Central California. Everything is green. The wildflowers are starting to come out of the ground. There is just an absolute ton of snow on the Sierras. It's gorgeous, and we can have campfires.
All right, well, if this ain't country hick, I don't know what is. Sitting here next to an authentic campfire holding a rooster, but hey.
California, as you know, anymore, catches on fire, seems like every year, every fall, late summer into the fall. But when it's green like this, we can have fires. So we do a lot of like campfires, like I said, or we also have an old outdoor wood burning stove, which I was able to pick up and utilize. It's kind of my morning routine. I get up every morning and I get the coffee going, and then I get the stove lit, and I just kind of go out there and catch up on the day. A lot of times I'm up 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. I go to bed super early, sometimes 7 o'clock at night. It just has a lot to do with the cycle of life here. You're usually working during the day here, so you're pretty tired by the time the sun goes down. But yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock, I'm up and I'm outside. I'm next to my wood burning stove having my cup of coffee this time of year, and it's just pure bliss. So we have really big dogs here.
Oh, go run, go play, go be a dog. You guys are unbelievable.
And when I say really big, they're over 100 pounds each. They're extremely big in terms of just their size. In addition to their weight, they're known as what's called a Great Pyrenees. They were bred in the mountains of France. Several centuries ago. And they were initially bred for livestock guardianship. And they do a phenomenal job of just assuming the role. They will basically immerse themselves within a herd of livestock and just sit there and keep an eye out for the livestock. It's pretty amazing, whether or not it's sheep, goats, llamas, alpacas, cattle. That's the nature of a Great Pyrenee, is just to accept whatever it's around, including humans, in order to protect them. Just an absolutely amazing breed. They're big, gentle giants.
Come on,
And they go through an absolute ton of food.
Oh, we're at Starbucks. He's having the puppuccino.
So when I say a ton of food, what we end up doing is we have these 50-pound capacity gravity feeders. There's 3 of them, and we just keep them full. And right now, between the 3 dogs, it's about 100 to 150 pounds of food a month, closer to 150 pounds of food a month. It's just an absolutely incredible dog food bill, as you might imagine. Now, we can't exist here without these dogs. It's critical that we have these dogs here. Where we're at, even though we're, what I say, half off the grid, we still have all the predators, mainly coyotes. Look at this guy. Good sized coyote. Obviously didn't eat last night. So you might wonder why we need the protection of a big dog breed. Well, it kind of is this little ecological chain, so to speak, where I'll just cut right to the chase. You have a lot of field mice in the country. You just have a ton of them. It'd be like trying to get rid of field mice in the country would be like trying to get sand off the beach. It's not possible. So what you do is you have outdoor cats, which we do. And specifically darker colored outdoor cats, if you can, because they're not easily seen, especially at night, by the great horned owls, and they tend to live out their lives. We have cats that have been here for almost a decade and never had an issue. So with the field mice, as long as you have outdoor cats, you're good. In fact, I could probably count on one hand the amount of dead field mice I've seen here in 5 years. So I know they're having an impact. And of course, they're all spayed and neutered, so there's not like out of control breeding or anything. And they're all up on their shots, especially rabies. That's a big one. But with cats, you have predators, like I said. Great horned owl is a big one at night, even though a cat has a cat's reflexes. A lot of times the owl will beat those reflexes in the country. So yeah, a darker colored cat is a must in a place like this. It's all these little specifics, things you learn over time. Anyway, so during the day, even though we get coyotes, of course we get coyotes at night. Coyotes are mainly out at night, but we also get them during the day. And the domestic house cat is a favorite gourmet delicacy of a coyote. So in order to keep the coyotes out, we have these really big dogs that patrol the immediate area right around the house, which is surrounded by about a 4 to 5 foot fence line. We also have raccoons. We have other things that try to come in and whatnot that the dogs protect against. But that's the main reason for these dogs. Okay. So we have to feed the dogs, obviously. And we were trying to find a way to offset our food bill. Okay, so this is what's called a chicken dirt bath, and it's a great example of how chickens have this natural propensity to just not have anything nice at all. Chickens don't have anything nice. And here you can see why. Like, if you look, like, all that dirt is just, it's going right into their food, and they don't care. Welcome to chickens. Yeah. So we had already had chickens, and we thought, well, why don't we just supplement their food with eggs? And so that's essentially what we decided to do. We just decided to get a bunch of chicks, which we did. We got 30 chicks. And of those 30 chicks, we wound up with 25 hens. So that roughly amounts to a high of about 25 eggs a day, because a chicken never lays more than 1 egg a day. Sometimes they'll go every other day, but you know, on a good day, we'll get 25 eggs. On a bad day, we'll get 15 eggs. But that's still a ton of eggs every day. And it's just an absolute phenomenal supplement for dog food. So we'll go a couple, 3 days, and then I'll go out to this outdoor kitchen that I put together, that I built out there. And I will just start mixing up the eggs for the dogs. It's become a morning routine, actually. It works out really, really, really well. day, I actually served up 38 eggs. 38 eggs for 3 Great Pyrenees, and they absolutely loved it. Anyway, folks, if you like this episode, again, if you wouldn't mind, just hit that subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. I'd really appreciate it. Also, hit the thumbs up to like it, and if you wouldn't mind, hit the little bell there. That'll notify you every time I release a new one, and we will see you on the next one.